Welcome back to AM Northwest. Whether on the job or in our personal lives, when stress takes over, communication breaks down. Here to share how to overcome some common pitfalls and shift our mindset, we welcome the author of Scare to Cares, strategic advisor and motivational speaker, Saby Waraich. Good to see you again.
Good to see you as well.
I hear this philosophy, or part of it, came from your 10-year-old daughter.
That's right.
So I want to hear Simmer, right?
Simmer.
Okay, tell me about how this happened.
So one day I was working at a job and my boss comes to me and says, Saby, have you ever jumped from a plane? And I want to assign this project to you. And that project had been going on for 10 years and had failed 4 times.
Failed 4 times. Okay.
It was like the #1 critical project at City of Portland. Nobody wanted to do that.
Oh.
And your colleagues, they don't come and help you. It's like, do you have good relations with your boss? Or why does your boss wants to get you fired? You know, that puts you in a lot of fear.
Right.
And when we are in a lot of fear, and if we don't want to do that, we start giving excuses. Or we start looking for excuses.
Right.
So I go and ask my mentor, it was like, what reason should I give my boss to get out of this project?
Right.
And he was like, Saby, if anybody can do this project, you can do it.
Wow.
I was like, no, don't be push me in.
Right.
Get me out.
Yeah.
And then I come back home, talk to my wife, looking for another excuse. I was like, sweetheart.
You were asking her for help.
I was asking for help. I was like, sweetheart, long project, long hours. We have kids. They have games in the evening. It's going to put so much pressure on you.
Oh, that's how you do it.
That's how you do it, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I should probably say no to this project.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, I got it. And then I was like, oh, I'm screaming from inside, somebody get me out of this project.
Right.
Next Monday morning, I go back into my office, still wasn't sure what reason I'm going to give my boss to get me out of this project.
Sure.
I receive an email from my daughter. She said, Daddy, if a project has failed multiple times, it's a political mess. Here are the 4 things you can do. She's 10 years old.
Yeah.
She's 10 years old telling her dad how to run a complex.
How to fix this.
How to fix this. I stood up from my seat. I directly went into my boss' office and I said, you know what? I'm accepting this project. I'm doing it for my daughter. And there is no power in this world which will stop me in making this project.
That's wonderful.
That is what took me here where I am today.
From scare to cares. Okay, so let's talk about the key talking points. Because you say scare represents stress, chaos, anxiety, resistance, and ego.
Yes. So what we're seeing right now is a lot of chaos, basically.
Sure.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Individuals in our community, the speed of change with technology, which we're seeing, is the fastest which we ever seen.
Yeah.
The parents are worried about their kids, like what line they're going to go into.
Sure.
Elder ones are scared about cybersecurity incidents.
Sure.
There is war, there is tariffs, there's so much going on, there's so much chaos out there. So when you are under a lot of stress in any transformation, your prefrontal cortex, which is the front side of your brain, it shuts down. Mm-hmm. And it gets you into that fear or flight zone. You lose your ability to make wise decisions or any kind of decisions. So when you're under stress and when you can't make the right decisions, that leads to chaos.
Sure.
Right, when the priorities are not very clear. And when you see that in an organization, the teams, when they start seeing their leaders in a lot of stress, a lot of chaos, and ability to make wrong decisions and start micromanaging, that puts them in anxiety. It's like, what's going on? What is going to happen to my job?
Right.
And that is the chaos which I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when we need to change, resistance to change. We human beings always resisted to that change. Like, why do I need to do it?
Right.
I mean, I have been doing it for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And then, of course, ego comes in.
Ego, yeah.
Yeah, who doesn't have that ego?
Right.
And sometimes leaders make that decision, and they will burn a transformation into the ground just because of their ego.
How do you get out of scares then? You say you go to cares.
You go to cares.
Okay.
And those are the 5 critical things. That's the antidote for that.
Okay.
Start with communication. That's the C. As a leader, you should be very clear about that vision, about that roadmap, where you're going, and human side of change. Many times I've seen leaders going with technology parts of that. What's the human side of the change?
Sure.
A is adapt. We have seen that. We all need to adapt.
Yeah.
There was COVID. There is AI today.
Yeah.
There will be something tomorrow.
Yep.
How we as humans need to adapt on that. And R stands for relationships. whether that relationship with your team, sponsors, in your community, relationship with the community, or your spouse or partner. That's very important to get that. And E is empower. You can't do it all yourself. How you can empower somebody to do that. And S is the most important one, is stay calm. If you are not calm, and if you are not taking care of yourself, so anytime when a decision comes in, you are in that reactory mode. You're always in that reaction. How many times I have made that mistake when an email comes in, and then we do reply all, and we think, oh, I wish I could take that email, right?
Yeah.
How many times we have done that? Because we are always in that reaction mode.
Right.
We have to take a pause.
Slow down a bit.
Slow down a bit.
Yeah.
And do that. And one of the things which I've seen is when folks are overwhelmed, no matter how much breathing you do,
Yeah.
it is still tough. But there's a hack to reset that prefrontal cortex. And that hack is 2 breaths in and 1 breath out.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, before you react to that email.
before you react to
Yeah,
that email
or to
or
any of that.
respond to that email.
Here, the other thing is, listen to your 10-year-old daughter. and I would also say, listen to your wife.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
There's that.
There's always that, right?
Yeah, always that.
Always that.
We want to tell everyone the book again is titled Scare to Cares. Saby Waraich, thank you so much. Always great to see you.
Always great to see you as well. Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.